I've been making pots for over 40 years now. And to be honest, I don't think I could have made these, at the beginning of my career, because there are all sorts of technical challenges. They are really big. They weigh up to about a third of a ton, and they're sometimes 2 meters tall or 2 meters long. They have to be made in industry, in brick factories where they have kilns hundreds of yards long, and the firings can take up to 8 days. So there are many kind of practical challenges about making work on this scale. Some of the pieces are 8 months from starting to getting them out of the kiln. I wanted to make large-scale work so that you have a different physical relationship with it. It's a visceral relationship. The reasons behind the exhibition of funerary wear are varied. There's a wonderful historical precedent of historical funerary wear. If you look in all the great museums, a significant number of pots, especially archaic pottery, has been made to address the idea of funerary wear. So there's a great kind of historical continuum that I'm trying to be part of, I suppose. It's a contemporary take on this work. I hope people's response to the exhibition will be quite varied. On one hand, I hope that they'll be interested in these as objects, as works of art. I also hope that maybe they'll start to think about the bigger issues of life and death. I think art, has a role to play in terms of raising questions and raising issues and making us think afresh about our lives. People have ended up in my funerary jars, and when that happens, it's very touching. And I have been commissioned to make funerary jars for people who've already died, but I've also been commissioned to make funerary jars for people who are alive. I think, in a way, objects and pots in particular come to life when they are used. So it's like a cup and saucer. You can look at it. It's sitting on a table. But if you pick it up and it's got hot tea in it and you hold it in your hand and you drink from it, you have another understanding of that object. Well, if anyone has found the subject matter a little overwhelming, that's certainly not my intention. My intention is not to shock or provoke. That's about as far away from my intentions as you could get. This exhibition is an attempt to say, how can we celebrate life? And it's in a serious way. I don't mean to shock, and I don't mean to be frivolous. These are kind of considered works, considered responses. All exhibitions are a dialogue between artist and curator and institution, and that is exactly the case with the National Museum here. The National Museum has a fantastically rich and wonderful collection of art from the modern period through to archaeological works, and what I've really wanted for one of the venues was to bring in old to accompany the new. So we have fantastic early Bronze Age funerary pots. We have a brand newly discovered Roman funerary jar here that's never been exhibited before. And outside we've got a Roman head pot. So there's wonderful objects here in the museum which I hope ground my work within a historical overview, and I'm very lucky to have them as a kind of counterbalance to the contemporary work.